Hi everyone and welcome to this drawing video. In this video I'm trying out dip pens for the first time, and I just wanted to be a bit more relaxed with this video, just trying out new art supplies and seeing what I think of them, and just seeing if they work out as some new equipment that I can use in the future. So looking into dip pens, I found this set online for £10, and it's the student artist set, and it comes with a bunch of nibs, like tape nibs, ornamental nibs, and that kind of thing, but the ones that I really felt would help my art style were the crown nib and the mapping nib. As you can see in the background, I'm just testing out a few of the nibs and seeing if they fit the art style that I like to use, and it was so much fun. I love trying out new art supplies, and it's something that I try to do as often as possible, but I always try to do it in an affordable way. So I always like to buy cheap art supplies to begin with. I test them and see if there's anything that I like, and then at that point, if I think I'm going to be using it much more in the future, that's when I decide to upgrade and buy more expensive equipment. I feel like this is a really good way of doing things, and it's a way of definitely saving money in the long run. Eventually, once I was satisfied with my testing of the nibs and I'd found that the crown and the mapping nibs suited my drawing style, that's when I decided to try a little drawing of a rose and a feather. I thought this would be a great option to really test the fine lines that these nibs are hopefully capable of. So I started off by using the crown nib for the outlines of the rose, and it was a really fun and relaxing way of working. I found that I really loved the manual process of dipping the pen in the ink, and I think it's definitely something that I want to continue. Maybe trying out different coloured inks, or maybe even blending this inking process with a watercolour painting. There's some really cool options there that I would love to try. I should also mention that the ink I'm using in this drawing is Winsor & Newton Liquid Indian ink. This was the one that was recommended to me, and it worked fantastically. I'm really happy with it. It moved smoothly on the page, so no complaints there. I thought it was awesome. Once I was happy with the outlines of the rose with the crown nib, that's when I decided to try out the mapping nib for some shading, and I opted for some cross-hatching, which is something that I haven't really done much before, but I felt like since I'm trying out new equipment, I might as well try out a new drawing technique as well, just to really put a challenge on myself. And it actually worked out really well. I was super impressed with the way this mapping nib created super fine lines that just helped me so much when creating the shading. Just layering the lines on top of each other, more lines in areas that I wanted there to be darker shading, and then just fading them upwards towards the top of the petals. And again, it was just such a fun and satisfying process. I actually decided to continue using the mapping nib for the feather. I felt like since the feather required such tiny details and fine lines, the mapping nib was perfect for that. It also needs to be mentioned that I needed a very steady hand, so I definitely wasn't allowed coffee while I was working on this feather. But it ended up being a really great way for me to test out what these nibs are capable of, and I'm so happy that I finally tried out dip pens. I think it's something that I have to continue after this. I had so much fun that I want to continue trying out new dip pens and other equipment. I always want to try out new stuff, and so if you have any suggestions for stuff you'd like to see me try, then as always, please let me know. I can imagine that pens like this work really well for intricate designs and details, maybe even stuff like tattoo designs and that kind of thing. There's some great options there. So again, if you have any suggestions for drawings you'd like to see me attempt with these pens, then please let me know. If you'd like to see more art videos like this, then feel free to subscribe. and any likes or shares on this video, they really mean a lot to me. If you want to follow my progress and see photos before I post these videos, then please check out the links in the description box below to check out my Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for the support. I truly appreciate it, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing day, and I'll see you all soon.